What's up guys, Dylan here from Veteran Aquatics, and today we are finally gonna do the Fishroom tour. So if you're new to the channel and you're just seeing this for the first time, I have over 30 tanks up and running with plans for many more. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in a minute. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the 125s. So in here, I have some yellow hump geophagus, I have 4 juvenile red devils, I have a black-throat tilapia, some green severum, a Venezuelan pike, there is a endless shiri bisher down there, and there are also 2 common plecos. So the light on that is just a 4-foot shop light from Walmart. They're like 15 bucks. Super cheap, super bright, works very good. Filtration, just 3 sponge filters. Nothing crazy. There's also a couple of common plecos in there. Oh, and my red Texas cichlid Ted. Keep forgetting about him because he always hides. So in this bottom 125, I have a albino Oscar, and I have a false red terror or a Mayan cichlid. So this guy's really aggressive. So far this Oscar's been the only thing that, I mean, you can even see he's kind of picking on him already. But they'll kind of tolerate each other for the most part. They're hungry, so that's probably why they're sitting here. And then we have a divider. If you want to see how to make that divider, go ahead and check out my DIY fish tank divider video. This is my female Jaguar cichlid. She's probably about 11 inches. I separated her and the male after they spawned because she pretty much just beat the crap out of them. But I mean, she's huge. Actually got her for a trade. Alright, so those are the 2 125s that I have set up currently. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you already know this tank. This is my 90-gallon tall angelfish tank. So there are koi angels, there's a black angel in there, there's an albino angel in there, there's some lupoli, which are a smaller angelfish that's pretty much as big as they get. There's a bunch of koi catfish in there, some albino. You can see that guy back there. And this is what I like to call the pleco tree. So there you can see my adult zebra pleco. I don't know if you can see it right next to it, but there's also a clown pleco. There's 8 or 10 of them in here. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there are quite a few. It's filtered by a sponge filter and a Marineland BioWheel 400. Alright, moving down here. So on top of the big fish I keep, I also keep little fish. I don't see them at the moment, but they're in here. Oh, there's one. So that is a snakeskin orchid endler, and there's a pair of them in here. Let's see. I actually keep about 5 different species of endlers. These guys are really cool. I actually got these at auction. So over here, these are my rainbow tiger endlers. These guys are so pretty. And there's so many fry in here. It's absolutely crazy. But they're growing real fast, and they just keep reproducing. So there are also a bunch of juvenile calico bristlenose in here. Oh geez, at this point I'd say there's got to be 8 of them in there. This is a 10-gallon. The plecos are going to come out soon. I may leave 1 in each one of these tanks to kind of keep the algae cleaned up, but they'll go in their own tank shortly. And now over here, let's see, we have my blue star endlers. These guys are also doing really good. They were small when I got them, so they're not quite reproducing very fast yet, but they will grow out. There's also a bristlenose pleco in here, but those are 3 of the type of endlers that I keep. Alright, now on to the 55s. This is my 55-gallon Peacock cichlid tank. I have OBs, Dragon Bloods, Sunshines, a couple of other ones, Swallowtail, German red shoulder, but just a whole bunch of really, really pretty Africans. So I'm not historically an African cichlid keeper, but the more I keep them, the more I want to keep. And these guys, especially the OBs, I've grown out since they were very small, so they're starting to color up really, really nice, as you can see by that guy right there. So I have a few females as well, so I'm going to end up pulling these guys and building a breeding group out of them. But I'm really starting to like African peacocks. Now it's going to be a little tougher to see up here. So this is a triple stacked 55 stand. This is going to change shortly. But in here I have a bunch of geophagus and a couple of green severum. So that is a bandit cichlid. That is a geophagus braziliensis. There's a, oh, he's gone. But there's also a pair of redhead tapajos in here as well. I had a sultan pleco, but I recently sold them. So yep, oh, there's the big bandit right there. Sorry for the glare, guys. It's kind of tough to do this in the daytime, but I won't have time at night. And then in here is my big male jag. He's in here to heal up from getting whipped on by the female. He's pretty much ready to go back in the other tank, and I have something that's going in this tank immediately following, but he's looking pretty good. Jaguar cichlids were the first cichlid I ever kept, so I was really, really grateful to get that pair. So in here is something I've never shown anybody. So this is a pair of dwarf pikes. These are Conchiculata neophthalmus. I bought these as a proven pair. They haven't spawned for me yet. But pike cichlids and Conchiculata in general are incredibly difficult to breed in captivity. So if I do get these guys to breed, it's going to be wild. So fun fact, that pretty one with the dot on the dorsal is actually the female. The females of this dwarf pike species are the ones that display the nice colors. There are also some giant danios in here as target fish or dither fish, just to give them a sense of safety. Because what I was told is they ate their eggs the 2 times that they spawned, and they were by themselves. Alright, so in this tank, these are a Central American cichlid. They're a Cares fish, the Coptodon snyderi. So they don't get very big. I wish you could see his colors better, but he's actually really pretty. There's a really pretty fish in general. I got these guys, and I keep quite a few Cares species. So Cares are endangered fish. That means their natural habitat is either destroyed or threatened, and the fish population in the wild is dwindling. So hobbyists like myself keep Cares species in order to keep the species alive, and we just breed them out and disseminate them through the hobby that way. So I sincerely doubt you're going to be able to see everything in here, but there's the littlest severum I had. There are some more geophagus braziliensis fry in here. There are, that's a black belt cichlid. There's, I think, 8 of them in here. There's also Cryptoheros cutteri in here. So this is kind of just the American fry tank, if you will. All these guys I got super small. So I'm really grateful that they're starting to get a little bit bigger. But it's still going to be a while before they can go in any of the bigger tanks. The goal with everything, of course, is to pair it up and breed it. So generally you would do that with a group of 6 or 8. I personally prefer 8 because it nearly guarantees that you get a pair. It looks like I need to stick a pleco in here though, because there's quite a bit of brown algae. So they'll have to go ahead and take care of that. So if you guys haven't realized already, I keep kind of everything. So in here, these are one of the newer fish and one of my favorites. These are triple red Apistogramma cockatoides. So I got what I hope is 4 pairs, and so far none of the females, which is that one, have turned into males. A problem that you get with these fish is you get what's called a sneaker male, where they'll kind of look like a female until you get them away from what is the dominant male. You can generally tell the difference because the females, and she's a great example, have the black fins on the bottom there, and their body is a more yellow color. Whereas, I mean, you would think it would be a clear difference between the males, but sometimes it's not. So that's a nice male right there. He's got the bright orange on his fins. These guys are doing great. They're actually going to be split up shortly into pairs, and I'm gonna see if I can't get them to spawn. And down here are just some very, very teeny tiny angelfish fry. I sincerely doubt I'm gonna be able to find them in this 30-gallon long tank, so we'll just move on. Alright, so moving over to my 20-gallon rack. Forgive the cloudiness, this is an old tank, and even though I tried to clean it, it didn't really work. These are a pair of red dragon guppies, and it's a shame you can't see them very well because they're very beautiful. There, you can see them a little bit better. But I actually got these from Michael's Fishroom. So I like these guys. One of the first fish I got when I got back into the hobby was red dragons. So when I saw Mike had these stunners for sale, I definitely had to have a pair. So let's hope I can breed them out and get a bunch more. And over here, we have koi guppies. I recently got these at the Lehigh Valley auction. Really cool, really pretty fish. And glad to have them. Alright, so moving on. So again, we need a pleco in here. But these are what are called a sunflower cichlid. So these are a Neolamprolocus species, similar to the Neolamprolocus burchardi. But these guys get a nice orange when they get bigger. And I'll show you the burchardi in a minute. See if I can get the camera to focus. But these guys are just babies. They were so much smaller when I got them. I've had them for a couple of months and they're growing pretty nicely. Next, these are white knights. So these are a friar eye species of African cichlid, but they get this really gorgeous light blue hue to them when they grow out. And there's a couple of spare zebra obliquitans in here. I'll show you the main tank of those in a minute. But these guys again are growing out. I like to get my fish small, grow them out, because it kind of means a little more in the hobby once you've grown something yourself. So these are the Neolamprolocus burchardi, or the Princess of Burundi. These are a very easy to breed Malawi cichlid. They are rock dwellers, and they're going to be getting a 55 if I don't sell them. They're not super interesting to me, but they are really pretty and they've got some nice finish. Now in here are, you can see the little ones in the back, those are actually Jaguar cichlid fry, and they are in here with my albino bristlenose plecos. So there's one down there, there's one kind of hiding in his cave, there's one back there. If memory serves me, I think there's 7 albino bristlenose in here, and I actually do have some pleco caves that I need to put in here, but we're hoping to spawn them. So it's actually cool because these little jags are starting to put on some color, and they're getting to be a pretty decent size. So there's probably 60 of them in here, 50, 60 of them. So when they get a little bit bigger, they can come out and go into their own tank. I had about 1,000, but Mom ate them all, so it's okay. I don't know what I was going to do with 1,000 Jaguar cichlids. So in here is a pair of Bolivian rams, and even though I have that nice little pot back there, that flat plate right there, this pipe system, they won't spawn for me. I've tried cold water changes, I've tried feeding brine shrimp, I've tried quite a few things, and it's actually pretty frustrating. So these are one of the things that I am struggling to breed at the moment, but I'm going to keep trying in hopes that I get them to spawn. I wish the male would come forward because he is a really, really pretty fish. Alright. Now this is Fluffy. Fluffy is about a 10-year-old green Texas cichlid who is exceptionally upset at the moment. So he's going to get his own 55 here as soon as I get the rack built. He's actually probably going in the tank that the male jag is in as soon as I put him back. But Fluffy was given to me by my best friend Chris Matsko, along with that red Texas cichlid and a couple of the other things that you've seen already. So there's going to be a running theme of angelfish. So these guys are actually a breeding pair. You can see the slate in the back there. So they haven't spawned for me in a little while since I moved them into this tank, but that male is super pretty. His finnage is ridiculously long. Absolutely gorgeous angelfish. Now in here we have a pair of Cyclosoma bella union. So really pretty. You can see the nice blue flecks in the female and in the male back there. I put the pot in here in hopes that they'll spawn for me because they haven't spawned on that piece right there. but they have spawned multiple times in the past, so hopefully I can get them to do it again. Alright, next, just a ton of mutt guppies, just mixed fancies. A couple of snails in here. I got these from a couple sources, one of which was Michael's Fishroom. So they're just in here, breeding out, making more. You know, they do what guppies do, make more guppies. But there are a couple really nice ones in here. There's a couple that are like yellow tiger endlers, like that guy right there, but you can clearly see some of, they're all mixed. Some Java moss in the bottom for the fry to hiding. Next tank. So, these are zebra obliquidans. There's a lot of them in here, and they're all hiding behind that sponge filter. These are another care species. These are a Lake Victorian cichlid. They're really pretty, and the males have some really stunning colors on them when they decide to come out. Some nice yellows and reds and greens. But again, another care species. A lot of the things out of Lake Victoria are endangered. Just like these guys. So these are Christmas Fulu. Again, they're very small, and I'm growing them out. Another Lake Victorian care species. And these guys, similarly, have really nice color when they get bigger. So again, you'll see the reds and the yellows and the blues and stuff like that out of them. I have a whole bunch of them, and I'm very, very excited to grow them out and getting a nice breeding colony started. Now, this tank, they're probably not going to come out. Let's see if I can get them out. You can see the reflection, but these are a Lake Tanganyikan cichlid. The name escapes me at the moment. It's not Bertoni. I can't remember. But it is a Lake Tanganyikan pair, so I got them as an adult pair from the auction. And the last two 20 gallons. These are a bunch of red chili endlers, and there are some black bars in there, so I do need to split these guys out. But there's a whole bunch of them. And I recently got these from the Lehigh Valley meeting as well. I also got these nice red grass guppies. Absolutely pretty. The females are absolutely ridiculous looking. And the male, let's see, he's back there. The females seem much more camera hungry than he, but you can see the females even are absolutely gorgeous. So it's one male and 3 females. They're all looking nice and plump, which means they will be making more. And last, but certainly not least, this is a newer addition to my fish room. This is a ZZ type Flowerhorn. So you can see he really wants to attack me. So he's a super gorgeous fish. Got some really nice blues and reds to him. This is not the best light, but he's probably about 9 inches. Yeah, so super excited about him. I want to get a female and try to breed him out. It's either that or cross them with the red Texas like a lot of the Flowerhorns are. But that, my friends, is the last fish tank of the Veteran Aquatics fish room. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed getting to see all of the fish that are in my fish room currently. I have quite a few different species ranging from Africa to Central, South, North America, all over the place. I truly love the fish hobby, and I really like keeping as many species as I can, and I really want to breed all of them. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're over 1,400 subscribers. Absolutely slaying it, guys. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.